I'm Meenakshi and I work in technology, Sadhguru. So thrilled and privileged to be here, feeling blessed. Thank you. My question is that in Kali Yuga, is it possible to take the advaitic meditative route to try and get in touch with your consciousness without a guru and the guru mantra? Or should one pursue Namasmaran and Bhakti Marg as the way one tries everything but is flapping in the wind?
See, you're a technology person, and I'm asking all of you. Well, each one of you may have your own religious beliefs or whatever, but please look at it sincerely. Your belief is only to a point of convenience, isn't it so? Are you willing to believe to such an extent? You have children? Children?
Yes.
So, are you willing to leave the future of your children in God's hands and leave it, just do Nam Smaran and leave them on the street? Because, street is also in God's hands, right? Are you capable? No. Are you willing to leave your home, doors open, your wealth, everything open, because God is there anyway? No, you do everything that matters to you. You're keeping God as insurance. All right? So, when you're in this state of mind, don't talk about devotion, it won't work. Devotion is a fantastic thing. Devotion is another dimension of intelligence. But with the kind of education that you've gone through, and your intelligence has become very skewed just by exercising one aspect, that is the intellect. Right now, our education systems are exercising only one dimension of your intelligence, that is just the intellect. If I ask you a simple question, would you want your intellect to be sharp or blunt, all of you? Make a choice, I'm going to bless you. So you want it sharp. So essentially, it's a cutting instrument. So let us say you have one knife in your hand and you want to do all the activity of your life with the knife. Well, you can cut things well with a knife. But if you want to stitch your clothes, you use a knife. You will inevitably be in tatters, isn't it? That's all that's happening today. Because you're exercising just one dimension of your intelligence, which is the intellect, which is a discriminatory, sharp instrument which slices open, dissects things. Now, I want to know something physical, I want to dissect it. Now I want to know you, shall we dissect you? Is that the way to know you, I'm asking? If I dissect you, will I know anything about you? Is it possible, I'm asking? By embracing you, by including you, I may know something. By dissecting you, what will I know? What will work for a physical substance, you're trying to apply to your own life. It's not going to work like this. See, the more educated people are becoming, the more disturbed they're becoming. Education should have settled them, isn't it? Education should have enhanced life. But tell me, who is causing maximum damage on this planet? Educated people or uneducated people? Hello? Educated people, isn't it? Educated people should have been the solution. Educated people are the problem. Simply because we are using a knife for everything. If you want this thing, there was a time when I was crisscrossing India on my motorcycle. So one whole night I've been riding. I'm somewhere between Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, I don't know which state, somewhere around there in the border. So early morning around 6:30, I end up at a tea shop. Full night I've been riding. Then, people who ride motorcycles, they will know one problem is always that every 500 kilometers those days, the chain will become slack. So you have to take off a link and put it back, tighten the chain. This is a very easy job, but it's messy because of the grease and stuff, your hands will become messy. So I'm just about preparing for breakfast, I'm not willing to mess. Then I see on the opposite side a shack which says Mubarak Mechanical Works. Then I see a young boy there and I say, hey, can you tighten my chain? He said, yes, full enthusiasm. Then he goes inside and brings his tools. What he brings? He brings a chisel and a hammer. Then I say, what, you going to do with that? He said, yeah, I can do it. I said, wait. Then I walk into his garage and look, only what he has is chisel and hammer. He can fix it, but after that, that's the end of it. So right now, this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to fix everything with the sharpness of your intellect. You will become a mess. The more you do it, more mess you will become. You only satisfaction you have is, you know words and things that other people do not know, but you are a total mess. Yes, because the other dimensions of intelligence have not been opened up in this society, largely. Not everybody, but largely. The systems, there are no systems to open up other dimensions of intelligence. So when we say devotion, we're talking about a completely different dimension of intelligence. Devotion is not about belief. Devotion is not about going to a temple, church or mosque. Tell me, is there anybody in this world, either in sport, art, music, business, spirituality, whatever, has anybody done anything significant without being absolutely devoted to what they're doing? Has it happened? So devotion is another dimension of intelligence. If you exercise that, life will be very beautiful. But it does not mean that you can simply believe that it's devotion has become deception because it's a deal. Right now the deal is like this, dear God, I will give you 10 pounds, will you give me million? I'm saying, when there's not a single idiot on the streets of London who's willing to make such a deal, how come the source of creation is willing to make such a deal with you?
So what do you think of organized religion then?
I generally don't think about it. It is not that it has no use. See, if there was no religion, a lot more people would have lost their mental balance. It is a very inexpensive way of psychiatry. No, I'm saying, see, I want you to understand, the line between sanity and insanity is so thin. Don't think there are insane people and sane people. Every one of you are crossing the line here and there. Some people are not able to come back, that's all the difference is. Yes or no? Well, aren't you saying with somebody, I'm mad at you? So you are not mad at anybody, you're just mad, that's all. You are able to go mad for some time and come back, so you think you're normal. Somebody went there and could not come back, it became a terrible problem, all right? So, do not assume sanity is some kind of sanity is some kind of an established status for you. No, today you may be perfect, tomorrow morning you may be gone. Do you understand? It's very much possible. Like today you're healthy, tomorrow morning you may be talking about terminal illness, it's possible for any of us. So the same thing is possible with mental illnesses also. It is not to be taken lightly, but I'm talking about not exercising different dimensions of intelligence in a human being. Making an education system which is all like a factory extruder, everybody has to come of the same shape and form. This is causing enormous distress in human societies.
Yes.
It's very nice to be with you, Sadhguru. I wanted to know about Adiyogi, because I've learned and I studied some yoga for years, and I never heard about Adiyogi except from you.
Oh, you thought Madonna invented yoga, is it? The word Adiyogi means the first yogi. We don't know the exact time, but it's somewhere over 15,000 years ago. That much we know because of certain relics we have found and certain things that have been said, certain astronomical phases that they've talked about. Based on this, we estimate it's over 15,000 years ago, we don't know the exact time. So the significance of Adiyogi is this: for the first time, for the human beings, he said, if you are willing to strive, you can cross all the limitations that nature has set up for you. Only thing is, if you're willing to strive. And above all, the most important thing of this is, He's the first one. I don't want to take the credit away from the English people. Charles Darwin spoke about evolution about 150 years ago. You had a 200th birth anniversary recently. So, Adiyogi spoke of evolutionary process over 15,000 years ago. He spoke in a different language. When they asked how life happened, what is its beginning, what is its end, when his disciples asked him, he said, the first form of life was fish. Second form of life, he said, is a turtle, of amphibious life. That means life is moving out of water, finding its way on the land. You Indian people know about the 9 avatars. The next one is an animal, usually it's called a wild boar because wild boar is supposed to be the most physical creature among the mammals. So he says, it's a wild boar. Next one is half man, half animal. Next one is a dwarfed man. Next one is a full-fledged man but emotionally volatile man. Next one is a peaceful man. Next one is a loving man. Next one is a meditative man. The next one, which is yet to come, is supposed to be a mystical man. That could be you. Because if you pull out a small thing in your hand and start speaking to somebody in India or America, you're quite mystical. If you only… Yes. I'm saying, if only you had a phone 100 years ago, you could claim you're God and people would have believed it. Yes or no? So, he's not talking about individual people, he's talking about different stages of evolution. If you look at what Adiyogi spoke, in many ways it runs absolutely parallel to what Charles Darwin spoke 150 years ago. So he spoke about evolution and he said, till now evolution happened without your consent. Now you have the privilege to decide how far you want to evolve. He said, this is the most significant aspect of being human is this, that you decide your evolution. When you were a monkey, it's not my statement, it's Charles Darwin, okay? When you were a monkey, you did not decide, I want to become a human being. Nature just pushed you on for whatever reasons. But now that you're a human being, now you can decide what kind of a human being you want to be. This moment you can be like a brute, next moment you can be godlike. Both are possible for you right here. So he said the most significant dimension of being human is you determine your evolution. This is the only creature on the planet who has that freedom to do that. He said this is the most important thing, and he gave 112 methods through which a human being can evolve to their ultimate nature. So that's why Adiyogi.